In the heart of a desolate town, shrouded in mist and memories of bygone days, stood an abandoned orphanage, a place that time had forgotten. Its crumbling facade loomed over the overgrown grounds, its shattered windows whispering tales of the orphaned souls who once sought refuge within its walls. But as the dusk settled like a heavy shroud, a group of curious teenagers, led by the daring Eliza, dared to venture into the forsaken orphanage, unaware of the chilling secrets that awaited them. Eliza, a girl with an insatiable thirst for adventure and a stubborn curiosity that often led her into trouble, had heard the whispers of the orphanage's haunted past. Determined to unravel the mysteries that lay dormant within its decaying halls, she gathered her friends, the cautious Liam, the skeptical Maya, and the thrill-seeking Alex, to embark on a journey that would change their lives forever. As the group pushed open the creaking iron gates, the orphanage loomed before them like a specter of the past. The air was heavy with the scent of mold and decay, the silence broken only by the sound of their hesitant footsteps echoing through the corridors. Shadows danced ominously along the walls, and the faded wallpaper peeled away to reveal glimpses of a time long forgotten. Eliza led the way, her flashlight cutting through the darkness like a beacon of light in a sea of shadows. The group explored each room, each corridor, each forgotten corner, each step unearthing fragments of the orphanage's tragic history. They found children's toys strewn haphazardly across the floor, their bright colors faded and their once cheerful faces twisted into grimaces of abandonment. The walls were lined with faded photographs of long-forgotten faces, their eyes staring out from the past with a haunting intensity. But it was the attic that held the darkest secrets of all. As they climbed the rickety stairs, the air grew colder, the darkness thicker, as if the very walls were closing in around them. Eliza's heart raced as she pushed open the attic door, revealing a room bathed in shadows, its contents obscured by the veil of time. With trembling hands, she swept aside a dusty sheet to reveal a row of small beds, each adorned with tattered blankets and worn teddy bears, the last remnants of the orphanage's forgotten children. And as she moved further into the room, her flashlight caught a glint of metal, a flash of crimson, a tangle of hair, and a scream tore through the stillness of the night. For before Eliza stood a figure, its eyes hollow, its skin pale as death, its lips parted in a silent scream. It was a ghostly apparition of a young girl, her form ethereal and haunting, her presence a chilling reminder of the tragedies that had unfolded within the orphanage's walls. The group recoiled in horror, their minds struggling to make sense of the specter before them. But as Eliza's gaze met the ghostly girl's, a wave of understanding washed over her. She saw the pain etched in those haunted eyes, the sorrow that lingered in the very air they breathed. And in that moment, she knew that the forgotten children of the orphanage were reaching out to her, pleading for their stories to be heard, their memories to be honored. With a newfound resolve, Eliza turned to her friends, her voice steady despite the fear that gnawed at her heart. "We must uncover the truth," she declared, her words echoing through the shadows of the attic. "We must give voice to the forgotten and bring light to the darkness that haunts this place." And so, the group embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries of the orphanage, to piece together the fragments of the past and unveil the tragic fates of the children who had once called it home. They combed through old records and yellowed newspapers, piecing together a tale of neglect and despair, of lost innocence and forgotten dreams. Through their determination and courage, they uncovered the harrowing truth of the orphanage's dark history, of abuse and mistreatment, of unspeakable horrors that had been buried beneath layers of neglect and indifference. And as they delved deeper into the shadows of the past, they began to understand the ghostly apparitions that roamed its halls, the restless souls of the forgotten children who sought justice and redemption in the light of day. In the end, as the sun rose over the abandoned orphanage, casting its golden light upon the crumbling walls and overgrown grounds, Eliza and her friends stood before the specters of the past, their hearts heavy with the weight of history. But as they gazed upon the ghostly children who now lingered in the sunlight, their faces peaceful and their eyes finally at rest, they knew that their journey had not been in vain. For in giving voice to the forgotten and uncovering the truths that had long been buried, they had brought closure to the lost souls of the orphanage, laying their restless spirits to rest at last. And as they turned away from the crumbling facade, their hearts heavy but their minds at peace, they knew that the tales of the forgotten orphanage would never be silenced again, but would echo through the mists of time, a testament to the power of courage, compassion, and the enduring legacy of those who had been left behind.